Zimbabwe.
All right, let's talk about schools and Zimbabwe's Ministry of Primary and Secondary Education will starting today engage in public consultations on review of the country's education curriculum.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Tumisang Tabela, said every school will be a consultation center and will give every stakeholder the opportunity to participate in deciding the kind of education that may be best for the nation.
Currently, one contentious issue in the education curriculum is the continuous assessment learning activities, or CALA, and stakeholders are being called on to attend and give their views. Interesting this. Colour, we've talked about colour at length, right? And I think that I kind of support colour. I don't have a problem with it so much. And I think it's more about parents not really understanding colour, one. Two, it's also how quickly parents can actually teach their kids and not do their work of their kids. But anyway, I mean...
Yeah, I think one of the big challenges as well that we witness is that I think we always have these consultations, but do the teachers themselves who are supposed to then come in and educate our kids understand the curriculum that we are currently using? I think that was one of the bigger problems, and we might consult and come up with a new curriculum, but that's completely different anyway. Often, a lot of children cannot do some of the homework that they're given by their teachers. It is parents who end up doing the bulk of the work, yet the Education Ministry has been on the record saying children must do their own work. So what is the way forward? Messingwevu gives us more in the following report.
Continuous assessment learning activities come under review in all public and private schools countrywide. The ministry has set May 23 and 24 for these consultations for stakeholders to raise their concerns. Some parents maintain that this competency-based model is a noble idea.
It was not well executed in terms of implementation because right now the government is now consulting parents and all other stakeholders, which was supposed to be done at first before they did implement it.
Limited resources, however, remain a cause of concern. Could scrapping colour be the answer for the education sector?
6 exercises andakaita so far, and now another 6 akaungana and ufanonge ndichita. Saka this color thing is more of a parent examination rather than a child examination, because vana kuchikora havana zvavari kuzoita. The theory yachona iyoyo kuti azoigraspa ini ndiri kungomitira practical, ndikutomungomitira rather than kuti iye aite.
In hindsight, should we as a nation have undertaken it at all? The nationwide consultations may give the much-needed solutions as the ministry continues on its quest to provide equitable and inclusive 21st century education. For ZTN Prime, I'm Messingwevu in Harare.
Equitable and inclusive education for the 21st century. I have no problem with that, but I insist, let's make sure that the teachers are capacitated to be able to then
But more importantly, as we've been saying, it's also parents need to get more involved. I think parents have got less and less involved in their children's schoolwork, and I think parents need to get back to how it used to be. They need to step up. Like my parents would, they were serious. They would check my books every day. They would make sure, you know.
For me, I love the colour system because it forces the parents to be involved. Of course, they go overboard. A lot of them doing the work is simply because they don't want to go through the process of walking their children through it, which is what they're actually supposed to be doing. But the biggest problem that I have with colour is the resources. If you are going to, and it's not just with colour, it's actually across everything that is with our education system, the resources and the fact that parents now have to, so growing up, we got books at school. We were provided with the textbooks, we were provided with the exercise books, we got everything at school. I think we just need to maybe buy the extra bits of stationery, so your pencils, your colors, and all that. But right now it's a situation where literally everything is being bought by the parents. So I think that extra burden of extra resources and having to resource everything else is what is straining a lot of parents and taking up income that they can't afford to be spending. So that's where I think we need to, when we're revising all these things, we need to take those things into consideration and how to make the system work for everybody involved.
This is great. We don't have to say anything because she's saying it perfectly for
No,
us. She's saying it really well.
I feel like she
went away she studied for the past week.
break because she's
Well
come
done.
back and she sounded
I feel
smarter
as
than usual.
though, excuse me, gentlemen.
She's usually the silly one.
Anyway,
She's usually the silly one.
I will take this
She's
up
the
with you.
sensible one.
I will take this up with you off air, gentlemen. We are going to a quick breather. Don't go away. Morning Rush will be right back with markets and sports. But of course, we do want to hear your thoughts. So send out that feedback. The feedback platform, Zimpaper's TV Network Facebook page, at ZTN Prime on Twitter and at ZTN Prime on Instagram.